It will implement rotational stage-2 load shedding from 1 p.m. until 10 p.m. We get in touch once again with Andrew Etzinger, who's the acting head of generation at Eskom. Mr. Etzinger, you got cut off as you were explaining to us about this shortage of capacity. How dire is the situation? Should we be worried as South Africans?
Melissa, we certainly are going to be vulnerable to load shedding from time to time up until winter. And this is why we undertake essential maintenance on our generation fleet. And unfortunately, this is where we are. In terms of the week ahead, yes, we certainly are vulnerable. We're working very hard to prevent load shedding, but it is a strong possibility that load shedding may be required. And again, this is because, unfortunately, our current generation fleet is unreliable, and the new power stations which we built haven't reached the point where they are reliable themselves. So we are waiting for them to become reliable while fixing the old power stations. But unfortunately, it takes time, and it means that we need a lot of plant out of service at the moment.
But are you hoping for the best as you say that we may be vulnerable for these load shedding until winter time?
Vulnerable from time to time. As we've seen since the 8th of December when we last load shed, we've had a good run, and there's certainly from Eskom side a commitment to get back onto the good track as soon as possible. But sometimes failures occur simultaneously, as it were, which is what we saw in the past week. And with limited reserves, our ability to withstand multiple failures at different power stations is really diminished, and unfortunately it does come through in load shedding. So we have to be realistic and honest from Eskom side and say yes, there is a risk of load shedding in the coming week, while at the same time from Eskom side working day and night to prevent that.
All right. So your statement also says that the power grid is constrained due to breakdowns. So are you looking at the repairs for those breakdowns maybe to sort of remedy this situation?
Exactly so, and on particular power stations which have been problematic over the past week, we have a Matla power station and a Medupi power station. A Matla is a very old power station, Medupi a new power station, and at both we've seen significant problems arise in the week that's just come. And last night, what also happened is that our power station in Mozambique, not ours, but the power station that supplies us from Mozambique, for about 4 hours was out of service as well during a critical time. So it has been, once again, a number of events which have conspired against us, but we expect that from time to time that these eventualities will happen, and unfortunately it does come through to load shedding, and we apologize for that to the country. We hope to restore away from load shedding as soon as possible.
Yeah, but lastly, maybe what should the residents do during this period to ensure their safety?
It's very important that South Africans check out the load shedding schedules available on our website, eskom.co.za, or through our call center, available through our call center on 08600 Eskom, or if you type it out, 08600 37566, to find out where a homeowner or a resident is on the load shedding schedules, to prepare for that. Both Eskom as well as municipalities work very hard to stick to load shedding schedules as far as possible. There are exceptions, and sometimes things do go wrong. But in the main, it's possible to plan around it if you know when the load shedding is going to take place. And those load shedding schedules are available also on the websites of the municipalities if you are within a municipal area and supplied by a municipality.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming through. Andrew Etzinger is the acting head of generation at Eskom, talking to us about this announcement that stage 2 load shedding will be implemented from 1 p.m. today until 10 p.m. So you may want to log on to their website to check that load shedding schedule going forward.